Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a pair of earphones that you guys have been requesting I review them for quite a while now. So these are called the KZ ZS3s. So before I begin this review, I just want to give a shout out to Gearbest for sending me these ZS3s to review. So thank you to Gearbest. Links to purchase these earphones and to the Gearbest website will be in the description below. So now that we got that out of the way, let's start this review. So first off, let's talk about the design and the build quality on these. So the shells are made out of a lightweight plastic and they're finished with this high glossy finish. So to my knowledge, they only do make this in this color, but they do have two options. You can either choose the high glossy finish or you can choose a matte finish. So looking at some of the prints on the earphones, you have the left and right printed in cursive. Then on the other side you have some other print which says ZS3 in ear, and then if you look at the actual chamber you can see it says hi-fi written on there in red. So as you can tell, these earphones have a very odd shape to them. And the reason why they have an odd shape to them is so that they contour better to your ears. At least that's the idea. So if you were to take a mold of the inside of your ears, this is pretty much what it would look like. It wouldn't look exactly like this, but it would look very similar. So that's the idea, and that's why they made them like this. So in reality, they actually do contour to my ears a little bit better than the other KZ earphones that I've tried on. So the fit is pretty decent. I do have to give KZ a thumbs up to that. But I'm still not a fan of the ear hooks, which I'll get to in a moment. So now moving on to the sound chambers, if you look closely you'll see a red grill. Now I thought that this grill was made out of metal, but it's not. It's made out of some sort of cloth. And then on the side of the earphones you have these two-pronged ports which you can change up the wires on these. So essentially if your wires break you can just buy a new one and change it up instead of just tossing out your earphones. So holding just the earphones in my hand, they feel pretty lightweight. They actually feel very light. So now moving on to the KZ wire. So this is a wire that's very common amongst many KZ earphones. So they have the two-pronged hooks at the top with R and L indicators for right and left. And then below that you have this bendable shaping metal which you can put around your ears. And the idea behind this is so that it kind of keeps the earphones in your ears. Now whether or not that works, that's a different question. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of these ear hooks. I find that they make these earphones more uncomfortable. But besides for that, I think they're actually counterproductive to what they're meant for. So instead of keeping the earphones in my ears, they actually keep them out of my ears. At least that's from my experience. So this wire has a microphone on it, and on the microphone you do have one button which acts as a call and hang up button or a play pause button. And I'll test it out later on in this video. So all the way at the bottom we have the L-shaped grip to tip, that's 3.5 millimeters, and it's got the KZ branding on it. Now if you guys for some reason wanted a different wire, they do sell a silver wire which you could purchase for about $6 to $7. I'll have a link to that in the description. And it's supposed to be a little bit better in terms of quality. So now let me talk about the comfort and fit. So the fit is pretty decent as you guys saw before, but the comfort on the other hand is, I would say, a little bit above average. Now, the reason why I'm just giving it a little bit above average is because the ear hooks. I can never get used to these ear hooks no matter how many times or however long I've used it. It just has a very awkward feel to it, at least for me. So now let's talk about the sound quality. So first off, these use a single dynamic driver and the size of the driver is 8 millimeters. So these are very warm sounding. I find them very easy to listen to for long periods of time. Also, they sound very similar to the KZ ATEs, so the highs, mids, and lows are well balanced, bass sounds pretty good, and again the sound signature is very similar to the KZ ATEs, but these are noticeably better. I find that the bass is a little bit more punchier, and the sound is just overall brighter. Now I did forget to mention that I'm not using the KZ ear tips that these ship out with because they're not that good. I usually just use my own ear tips. So I'll either use a pair of memory foam tips or I'll just use the tips from my T8 earphones. Now if you guys do plan on getting these earphones, make sure you have a good pair of ear tips because that makes a huge difference. I will link a few pairs in the description below, so definitely check that out. And now here is the microphone test. This is what the microphone sounds like on the KZ ZS3s, and I'm recording this with the voice recorder on my iPhone. So the pros of these earphones is they're inexpensive, they're easy to listen to, they sound pretty good for the price, They have a good open soundstage, and the wire can be changed up if it ever breaks. Also, they do sell a Bluetooth adapter for these earphones if you did want to convert these into a pair of Bluetooth earphones. But I wouldn't recommend the adapter if you do plan on using these for watching movies, since there is a little bit of a delay. But otherwise the adapter works pretty well. I have one myself for my KZ ZS3s. And I'm just going to repeat one last note, and that is make sure you guys have a good pair of ear tips. I will link a few inexpensive ones in the description below. And the cons for these earphones are the ear tips that these ship out with and the bendable ear hooks that go around your ears. I just find them to be really annoying. So that's going to be it for my review on the KZ ZS3s. If you guys did find this review helpful, please do hit that thumbs up button. And if you guys do want to see more content like this in the future, hit that subscribe button. So for now, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next review video. Hey, if you guys are still watching this video, check out the secret link in the description. It's basically of a 16-year-old girl. Her name is Rachel Gilmore, and she sings the doll song from the Tales of Hoffman. And wow, she gets those high notes like, wow.